Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Delta Quadrant. But we're not in the Delta Quadrant right now, but we're going to be in the Delta Quadrant. Just give me a second. Get the mouse out of the way. I passed it. There it is. Today we're doing a bunch of missions. We are not doing... I can't even replay the patrol missions. But we're not doing the Rapper missions, and we're not doing the Cabali. Because fuck the Cabali. We're not doing that. Oh no. That's a whole different series of videos. Oy. But yeah, there's a bunch of patrol missions in here. We're not doing those. We're not doing the Cabali. We're sticking with the core plot of the Delta Quadrant. And the Cabali really aren't that involved with it anyways. But today, I said today again, it is the return of the Talaxians. Because that's the first thing everybody wanted to know about when we got to the Delta Quadrant. How is Neelix doing?
Our first task in the Delta Quadrant is a familiar one, helping a species to find a new home. A group of Talaxians living in the Entaba system are ready to move to a new homeworld nearby. Admiral Tuvok and Voyager have gone ahead to their main asteroid base to begin the preparations for the transition. The Admiral's requested your presence as well. You two work well together. I recommend you take advantage of his expertise. There's no one who knows more about the Delta Quadrant than he does.
I have the sneaking suspicion that Burgess's entire purpose as a character is a stand-in for Picard. I have a sneaking suspicion that, like, the reason why he's munching on all these syllables, all very, very British and such, is because he's supposed to be Diet Picard. Let's go ahead and transwarp to Reunion. That is the wrong sound for this warp drive. Never not gonna bug me. That's not what this ship sounds like. Reunion. Can you imagine what it would be like? Like, after 40 years, the Federation returns to the Delta Quadrant, and this is the first thing the inhabitants of the Delta Quadrant sees. Could you imagine that for a second? Like, the last thing that passed through the Delta Quadrant was Voyager. About 350 meters long, 15 decks deep. This thing is 42 decks before the third nacelle. You know, before that torpedo launcher on top in the third nacelle. It was 42 decks already, over 600 meters long. Covered in weapons, and now it's covered in even more weapons. Can you, like, Voyager on its own, Neelix himself describes Voyager as the equal of any ship within 100 light years when Voyager first arrives in the Delta Quadrant. Can you imagine the bricks that would get dropped the moment this thing shows up? The sheer level of the holy shit that the inhabitants of the Delta Quadrant would experience the moment a fucking galaxy dreadnought rolls up on them. Bricks would be dropped. I both love and I hate the dreadnought. I'm kind of torn on it, to be honest. Because I love the design of the galaxy, and I love the intent of the galaxy design, and I love how iconic and representative of the Federation's ideals it is. It was basically designed to be the soul of the Federation made manifest. And I do love it, and I like the Galaxy. I think the Galaxy X is cool. It reminds me of... I'll read that off in a second. It reminds me of when I was a kid watching All Good Things. All Good Things was an event Like, All Good Things, my immediate family got together to watch All Good Things together. You know, like everybody made time to show up and watch it together. And I remember that we actually had like a fucking pizza party that day, and that was the first time I'd ever seen like, and this is gonna sound really sad, that was the first time I'd ever seen like a liter of soft drink. I was in like 4th grade at the time. Here's a liter of soft drink. What in the shit? And it's shaped like basically just a gigantic 20 ounce. And a 20 ounce to me at the time when I was a little kid was huge. So I saw this big ass 1 liter thing. How the hell could you ever drink that? I was dumb. I was young and I was dumb. But it was an all day, what was it, like a viewer's choice marathon. And then it was All Good Things, and then it was the 1 hour special, Journey's End, which had like previews of Generations, and then there was an encore of All Good Things and Journey's End. So it was a full day. It reminds me of that day, but also the problem I have with it is the point of the Galaxy X, the thing that everybody misses, because the Galaxy X is so cool, is that the Galaxy X is a corruption. And that's the thing that I think everybody misses. They get lost, even me to an extent. I've gotten lost in how cool this thing is. But the Galaxy X is a corruption. It is meant to represent a dark future where the spirit of the Federation has been eroded. And all these parts are like sticking out. That was the point of the Galaxy X. That is what it is supposed to represent. And of course, at the end of the episode, you have like the big pan tracking shot of the Enterprise D flying off into like new adventures until Ron Moore tarps it in Generations. I'll never forgive him for that. And as the Enterprise D flies away, no longer is it the dread, like the weaponized dread. No longer is it representative of the corruption of that dark future. It is once again the spirit of the Federation made manifest. That was the point. That was part of the point that All Good Things is trying to get across. And I think that's easily missed. And then again, the people running the franchise nowadays have like easily missed just about everything to do with the franchise's ideals. So, yeah. Just saying. It's cool, but it's wrong. We've arrived at the Intaba system. Our orders are to rendezvous with Admiral Tuvok on Voyager, setting a course to their coordinates now. Oh look, Voyager's in trouble with the Kazon.
Voyager is under attack by the Kazon.
I noticed that.
Engines are offline, requesting assistance.
Well, just about all of that missed. There's also the, there's also the fact that the Lance is really fucking unreliable.
Thank you for your assistance. We were en route to the Talaxian base when we were ambushed by the Kazon. The damage is relatively minor, but my crew will require time to make repairs. However, I have a personal request. The leader of the Talaxian colony served with me on Voyager. Would you be willing to take me there?
Okay, of course. Beam over at your convenience.
This base is populated by Talaxians. My shipmate from Voyager, Neelix, joined them before they moved to this location.
But it is cool.
The Talaxians have been looking for a new homeworld for quite some time, and now they have found one.
It's cool. I'm not going to say that it isn't.
The Alliance's history with the relocation of the Romulans will be invaluable in this process.
It's cool, but I feel a little dirty, is what I'm saying. Because it's supposed to represent a corruption, like of what the Federation is supposed to stand for. But it's cool. Then again, when you think about it, the galaxy comes from an age where the Federation desperately needed a kick in their own complacency, as Picard so eloquently put it. So when you think about it in that way, it's still dark. It's still a darker version. I don't know. I gotta think about that now. But that is food for thought. And that's what Star Trek used to be very good at, by the way. Food for thought. In thinking about what you're seeing, because it was interesting.
Starfleet!
Ah!
What a thrill! It's so wonderful to see someone from the Federation again. It's been so long, and I keep in touch with my friends, but subspace isn't the same, and listen to me, I'm rambling on. My name is Neelix, and I serve as Starfleet's ambassador to the Delta Quadrant. Before that, I spent 7 years on the USS Voyager with Captain Catherine Janeway.
Admiral Janeway. She was promoted some time ago. She'll be there in the next patch.
Admiral Janeway? Of course! She certainly earned that promotion. My link to the Alpha Quadrant wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be until the Jenolan Dyson Sphere opened a path straight to the Delta Quadrant. Now we get all sorts of news, but yours is the first ship to visit. I may make a trip to Earth myself sometime, sample the cuisine, but that will have to wait until after the colonization. I barely have a minute to myself anymore. There's just so much to do.
About that.
Oh, you've come to help? How wonderful! But of course, Starfleet's always pitching in to help out, aren't they? Why, in all my years as ambassador to the Delta Quadrant, I've done everything I could to uphold the good name of the Federation. I don't always have the resources to do more than diplomatic visits, but we try to help out anyone we can, whenever we can. There are Alcompan ships out there right now. Did you know that? My people are helping them explore the stars.
I'm sure the Federation appreciates your efforts on its behalf, but can we get back to the colonization efforts?
Ow, where are my manners? You must be tired and thirsty after your long journey. Come to the colony. We'll fix you right up. But if I could impose on you just for a small favor first. The Kazon Nistrum have been giving us a lot of trouble lately. We've constructed some shield generators to protect the base, but the Kazon keep knocking them offline, and all my shuttles are prepping for the colonization. Could you reactivate the shields for us?
Of course.
Wonderful! Just fly to the generators and start the relaunch sequence. It will take them a few minutes to get up to full strength, but that shouldn't be a problem. After that, beam down to the colony. I'll start making some nicely old root stew for you.
Restart the shield generators. Understood. We got anything for, like, nausea? Where you at? There you are. That completes all the satellite repairs. Shielding systems coming back online. I heard they added a hide UI button, but I can't see it. That changes energy. I heard they added like a hide UI functionality. Create size, return to game. Nope. I got nothing. I sure would like to take a screenshot right about now with how pretty this looks and how cool this ship looks. Because it does look cool. But it's wrong. But it's cool. But it's wrong.
Thank you so much for your assistance. You may beam down to our base at your leisure. Oh, and speaking in my formal capacity as permanent ambassador, welcome to the Delta Quadrant.
Thank you, Neelix.
So good to meet you in person. View screens are so impersonal, don't you think? May I shake your hand? If memory serves, that's how. Mr. Vulcan? Is that you, Tuvok?
Indeed. It is agreeable to see you again, Neelix.
What a wonderful surprise. Come, my friends, we have so much to discuss.
Maybe you could slow down on that hooch there, Neelix.
You look well, Neelix.
As do you. Family, children. Being here has changed me for the better.
Indeed. This colony is an improvement on your previous home.
Twice as large and completely updated. You should see the kitchen.
But you still seek a new homeworld?
Hello.
Of course, children need sun and open skies. A place to put down roots.
Let's not remind.
What was that?
Oh good, a distraction. The soup can wait. So the Kazon returned almost as soon as you transported down. We drove them off, but they've got a lucky shot in at the base before they left. Sensors are showing some structural damage in the operations bay. Acknowledged. Inform me if they return.
The operations bay? Dexter was in there. Dexter's trapped. Please do something. Dex is a little dizzy, but she'll be fine. I have to stay with her, though. I'm afraid I must impose on your kindness again. Several of our systems were damaged in the attack, and I can't help fix them just now.
Of course I'll help. What can I do?
Several of our systems are malfunctioning. Our communications, environmental controls, engineering, and the controls for the crane loading our ships all have been damaged.
It would be my pleasure. Now, this reminds me of a similar... It's one of the first things that happens in Next Generation of Final Unity. Is you find someone pinned underneath like a really heavy duty cable or something like that, or a structural support. If you try to energize them, they die. And if you try to beam the support off of them without treating them, they die. You actually kind of have to have Riker and Crusher in your party, or somebody with the Type 2 phaser. Somebody who's a good shot to stabilize and save her. if memory serves, this will turn into a ground battle at some point, and I want to be loaded for bear with a Tommy gun. Yes. Nobody has seen a Tommy gun except for the Hirogen. So, almost nobody will suspect a Tommy gun. Uh-oh. Seems to be the console's power. Secondary relays. Electroplasma flow. Align isolinear chip matrix. Replace damaged fuses. What is the point of that? I would like to know. Like, what's the point of... Like, why not just make that a clicky if all you're gonna do... Like, there's no real purpose to that. Because I'm just... Like, it's not even... Like, you're basically just telling me what to click and then I'm clicking it. Like, there's no real... There's no mini-game in your mini-game. It's literally just an interact. So, why not just make that a clicky if you're not going to design a mini-game around it? It don't make no sense to me, is what I'm saying. Use the turbo lift. Yeah, let's put this Tommy gun away for now. Commission through 8.4 hertz. And here we go again. You're telling me exactly what it is, and that's it. Like, you just give me the answer, and all I'm doing is, you know, monkey push the button until it turns green. That's it. There's no... I understand that you're trying to introduce something a bit more complex, but there's no complexity to be had in a minigame that has no failure state, or at the very least, does not have a difficult failure. It has no... You know what I mean? There's no difficulty here. There's no point to this minigame other than to, like, delay you a few more moments.
Thank you so much. Everything seems to be working properly now, and Dex is feeling much better. I need to take one final lap around the base and speak to a few people before we depart. Would you care to accompany me?
Certainly. Certainly. I think this is the point at which we discover that the Talaxians are all shiftless layabouts who have no idea what they're doing.
Oh, hello! I'm preparing the most wonderful feast to celebrate the colonization of our new homeworld. And we need to gather spices for the Talaxian spice stew. I'll need Renganzo, Smith basil, Prishik, and some Nimian sea salt. I'm sure if you ask around, someone will have them.
Also, cooking has been turned into the Talaxian's hat.
Isn't Chef Jolax great? He's a good friend, and his falata onion crisp is superb. We're traders. A lot of people have spices. But I bet Alex, Brexa, Wixon, and Maxon can help.
I haven't seen anyone like you around here before. You must be one of those visitors from the Alpha Quadrant. How are you enjoying your time here? Tried the Jebellian berry salad yet?
Not yet, but I'm helping the chef prepare a meal to commemorate the launch. Do you happen to have any spices?
Ooh, is Jolex cooking? I can't wait. Give him this spith basil. Spice stew isn't the same without a little spith.
Thank you.
Maxon likes his food spicy. I once saw him add amber spice to Paraka wings.
Hi there. Are you enjoying your stay in the Delta Quadrant? Is there anything you need?
I'm helping the chef prepare a meal. Do you have any spices?
Certainly. I have a bottle of Rangonzo from my last trading trip. I was saving it for a special occasion, and today certainly fits.
Thank you.
Talaxians are a warm and generous people.
Where the hell is Tuvok? Get out of my head, Tuvok! Stay out of my brain! This way. This is also like 99... No, it's not 99. What am I talking about? This is also like 50% of the quests in Final Fantasy XIV. Go get a list, like, here's a list of things. Go get them and give them to X amount of people.
Hello. You must be one of Neelix's friends from the Alpha Quadrant. Thank you for repairing our shield generators. Is there anything I can do to help you?
I'm helping Jolan prepare a meal to commemorate the launch. Do you happen to have any spices?
My mate gave me a bit of Prishik last Brixen. Would that help?
I have no idea what either of those were, but I will accept it, yes.
Alex is like a mother to all the children here. She always has a bit of candy in her pockets for them.
Hello, friend. Are you looking for something?
I'm helping the chef make something to eat. Do you have any spices?
All I have is some Nimian sea salt. Do you need it?
That'll be perfect, thank you.
Now, Wixon, he's a reliable guy. You might even say he's the Nimian salt of the earth.
I'd appreciate you just appearing next to me like that, Neelix.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll save you a bowl of stew.
Sure. I like spicy food.
I need to scan the route we'll take to the colony. But the Kazon attack has damaged our astrometric system. All it will tell me is how far off I am from our target position. I feel like I'm taking shots in the dark. Would you be willing to help me? By adjusting the sensor array's pitch, up and down, and yaw, left and right, you can point the array at the target. By adjusting the force, you can change the distance the array examines. Be sure not to overshoot the target location. The array will be useless if that happens.
That's pretty physically impossible for me to do. Okay, yaw angle. Okay, 5'9", 6'5", 5'5", 5'2", 5'1". Alright. This is a bit better. You basically have to get the number down as low as you can. It took me a second to remember that. Blocking coordinates.
I can't thank you enough for your help. Dex is going to be fine. The doctors say she'll be up and around in no time.
Glad to hear it.
I need to return to Voyager. Please escort the Talaxian fleet to New Talix.
Understood.
We can return to Voyager at your earliest convenience. The Talaxians have much to do.
I ain't going to Voyager. I got my own ship. I have a much nicer ship than Voyager, Tuvok. I'm just saying. Even if it's wrong. But it's cool. But it's wrong. Where the hell is Voyager at? It's below me. There it is. I do not like lighting 2.0. It must be said. It can look really pretty. Like, it looks really pretty right now, but it also makes stuff hard to see.
Thank you for all you have done for the Talaxians. I believe that they will be a valuable ally to us in the days ahead. That would not have been possible without your assistance. I am confident we will see one another again. Until then, live long and prosper.
Peace and long life.
Our ships are ready to depart. Travel to the staging area to join us in our new adventure.
On our way.
Are you ready to depart for New Talax?
Yep. And then the universe exploded. I'm detecting extremely high radiation levels in this system. Too high for a normal dispersal pattern. I'll investigate further, but first, Neelix is hailing us from the Talaxian transport vessel. Alright?
Are you detecting the theta radiation spikes? Those levels have been normal and steady for weeks now. What could have happened?
We'll check it out. You stay here with the fleet. Sir, there appears to be a high amount of theta radiation around the planet. Our scans indicate that it was recently placed here. It should not be an issue for us to remove them, but we would have to deal with whoever dumped the radiation in the first place. Neelix, you have any idea who did this?
Theta radiation could mean only one thing: the Malon. They lack the technology to recycle antimatter waste, which has led them to develop an entire industry around dumping theta radiation in various areas. We can't survive on New Talax if the Malon are going to use it as their personal garbage dump.
I'll deal with this. Okay, apparently I can't do anything about that. Oh. Hey you! Knock it off!
Unknown vessel. This site is claimed by the Malon. Go find your own dump site.
The Talaxians have claimed this system. You need to find another place to dump your waste.
Why? I was here first. Besides, there's a neutron star near here that makes this the perfect location for our needs. Finding another would be too expensive. Tell the unknown vessel. Why? I was here first. Besides, there's a neutron star near here that makes this the perfect location for our needs. Finding another would be too expensive. Tell the Talaxians to find another planet.
Talaxians have been searching for years for a planet like their homeworld. We can assist you to find another dump site. The Maelon have cut communications, of course. And they're powering weapons. Now, your friend over there should have been a clear indication of what's about to happen to you. But in case you didn't get that message, of course they have reinforcements. Yeah, go ahead, tractor beam. It's wrong, but it's cool. What do you mean I can't cloak? It's a fucking battle cloak. Let me come around so I can finish this guy with a little bit of style. It's cool! Now they want to negotiate with me.
Enough! You've ruined me. Wrecked my ship. At least spare my life.
Find another place to dump your trash.
The Maelon are gone, but the radiation is still around. Oh, what can we do? This would have been a perfect homeworld. But we can't live here if the radiation is going to infect the entire planet.
Well, Glinde can easily remove the radiation. Give us a moment. Okay, clean up this one. Let's speed this up a little bit. Shuttle needs to give me some personal space. Speed up.
you so much for all of your help. You are a true friend to me and to the Talaxian people. Your crew will always be welcome on New Talax. And good luck in your voyages. I hope to see you again soon.
It's been a pleasure, Neelix. Best of luck to you and your people. And I got out of eating his cooking. I'd feel worse about leaving the runabouts behind, but at least they're warp capable. It's not like leaving fighters behind. They can catch up.
The Malons were causing problems? I'll make a note of that. Hopefully they'll just be a minor inconvenience. Admiral Janeway wasn't very impressed by them. Neelix has sent word that the migration of the Talaxians is going smoothly. We've sent several ships to ensure they're protected from any more Malon incursions. Our first venture into the Delta Quadrant appears to be a success.
Admiral Janeway wasn't very impressed by the Kazon who boarded and stole her ship and marooned her on a death planet. Sure. Now, granted, those Malons had help from a treasonous Maquis officer. 2 treasonous Maquis aboard the ship. It wasn't Carrie. Carrie was the extra. It was another one. There was a guy on the ship who was who was acting as a mole, and then there was Seska, who was basically giving the Malon all the goods on Federation technology and Voyager's weaknesses and whatnot. But yeah, they still managed to steal Voyager from you and leave you to die. You weren't very impressed by them, you say? To that. Someone isn't telling... I don't think... Why do I get the feeling that someone isn't being wasn't exactly honest about all the stuff that went on when they got home? And look, it's vendor trash. It's a whole lot of vendor trash. Field generator.
Hello. Would you have time to look into something for me?
Tis reunion. The next one is going to be... Friends, that's a patrol. Revelations. That's another patrol. So Revelations, all that glitters. Then we're skipping those. Then capture the flag. Dragon's Deceit. Okay, how many total are we do we have left? Revelations. So that's 1, 2. Skip. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9 more missions to get through. Oi! I got 9 missions to get through in like 1, 2, 3 days before the patch goes live. Alright, let's do this.